Welcome back, and now get ready. You're going to be motivated, and you're going to learn how when one door closes, another one opens. And I have the great pleasure of introducing Tom Ingrassia. How are you?
Thanks, Christina. I'm well, thank you.
That's great. And then Jared.
Chrudimsky.
Jared, I'm going to let you pronounce your last name.
Chrudimsky.
Chrudimsky, that's not too
good,
hard.
yeah.
You know, with a name like Andrianopoulos, I should be able to do it, yes. It's so great to have you here on this show again. I think I had you right at the beginning when I first started, like 5 years ago.
It's been a while, yes.
And guess what? In 5 years, a door opened. I'm sure many closed, but one opened.
A door, and that's the way it always happens. A door always opens. When that one door closes and you think you can't go any further, there's another door that opens, or the window opens. But the key is seeing that closed door as an opportunity to look out the open window when it opens and to see something new.
That is great, and you're going to talk about that when we go into the book, because first of all, I would like our audience to get to know you a little bit. So your business is?
I have the Motivact Group, and the Motivact Group offers holistic personal and professional development training programs. So we do motivational programs. We work with both groups and individuals on how you clarify and set your goals, and then how you develop the plan, the blueprint to get from where you are now to where you want to be.
Right, and you know what, it doesn't really come naturally to us. I mean, our parents, most of our parents didn't sit down and say, okay, now, when a door closes, another one opens, and you need to sit down and do your... So.
You know, and we've been taught as a society that thinking about ourselves is selfish.
I know.
But if you don't think about yourself first, if you don't think about the things that are important to you first, you can't help anybody else, the next person. So it's important to take that time, and I tell my coaching clients, every day, find time every day, even if it's only 15 minutes, to do something that's soul satisfying to you. Just spend that time thinking about your hopes and your dreams and your goals and your aspirations.
That's great. And then Jared, so the two of you partnered a while ago. Now you're a massage therapist.
I'm a massage therapist.
That's great. Are you still a massage therapist?
I have my own practice just on West Boylston Street in Worcester. And I've been doing massage for 17 years now. Okay,
when we go on a break, make the break really long because he's going to give me a massage.
Just
no,
a sample.
no, only kidding. So, but that's great, and I know that you've been running marathons, and I used to run marathons too. And I remember, I was mostly in Manhattan, I remember that even from my training up to run the marathon, sometimes I couldn't even get out of bed, and I really needed to do massage, and so your services are greatly needed, even for people who don't run marathons, who just to move.
Absolutely, it's good for everybody, sometimes just relaxation, and in the economic downturn, luckily things kept up pretty well for me just because people needed stress relief.
Yes.
So I was there for that.
For sure, and that's how important it is to relieve stress. And so 15 years ago you said, one of the things I want to do is write a book.
Right, well what happened actually about 12 years ago, I transformed my life. I'd spent 25 years in higher education, but I knew since I was a little kid that really wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to be out motivating people. I wanted to be out actually working in the entertainment industry, like you. I wanted to be like Christina. But I was fortunate enough to have my childhood idol, Mary Wilson from the Supremes, actually offered me a job.
Wow.
And I took the job because I knew that was my dream. And so that really was the genesis of this book, you know, how this almost 40-year journey that I had led me from being a little 11-year-old boy with a dream to then actually having the dream, you know, and how I never let that go, but there was a lot of adversity along the way.
Sure.
And so this book was in my head for the next 12 years.
So, as you're talking about the book, this is the book, One Door Closes, Overcoming Adversity by Following Your Dreams. And so basically you were overcoming adversity.
Yes.
And you were following your dream.
Right, and the adversity for me actually started when I was a little kid, because I spent most of my life feeling that I wasn't good enough. Because I had been told as a child, when I tried out for the chorus at school, the choral director said, well, what makes you think you can sing? You can't sing. And I tried out for the band, and the band director said, "You can't play the trumpet." Well, I would now.
I know.
I would now. But you know, words can hurt. We don't think about how words can really hurt and how those words stick with us. And so even into adulthood, I kind of always had that feeling deep down inside of me that I wasn't good enough.
Right.
But it was that.
I think all of us grew up in that kind of, that the baby boomers, we all did. I mean, my mom would say, stop looking at yourself in the mirror so much. I'm like, all right, Mom. Because I mean, why? Isn't our image beautiful, and shouldn't we do that? So yeah. So anyway, so the two of you got together and decided to write this book.
Yes.
So one of the things that we're going to do, and you took real live people who many of us know, like Scott Erb and his wonderful
wife. A real
wife,
power couple, Donna. Yes.
and talked about their adversity, so people can really relate to real people.
Yes.
So now I asked you to take, you also have some proactive like assessments, self-assessment. So let's take a self-assessment, and I would like all of you to be able to follow with me, and he's going to use me again as a guinea pig being self-assessed. So let's just take a step-by-step way to do it.
And just quickly, Christina, the reason we included the self-assessments in the book is because, you know, you read these inspirational books, you read inspirational stories about people, and you get to the end and you say, but now what? What's next for me? How do I do this? So we include 10 self-assessments in the book that you can take to create your own personal blueprint for success.
A how-to.
A how-to.
That's great.
So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what are the 3 things that excite you most in life that you can't wait to jump out of bed in the morning to get started?
Okay.
What are your passions?
Okay. All right, do I have to tell everybody?
Well,
or, you know, all of you, just like imagine what it is for you. So 3 things that do. One is to, you know, help my daughter along. It's her last year of high school, and get her to the next level, wake up, bring her to school. And it just excites me to get up and be able still to do that, because next year I'm not going to be able to do that.
Right.
Another one is that I'd like to go to the next step, just like you, and eventually write a book. And so I get closer to getting to the next level of going from local to more national. So that's something that excites me from getting up. And the other thing is I'd like to go exercising. So sometimes we can have some simple things too, right?
Absolutely, and it's good to have that balance. Now, the key to this part of the process, Christina, is make sure you write those things down.
Okay.
Because that process of writing down your goals and your aspirations is what makes them real. And that's what makes you commit to actually doing those things.
Right.
Now, what skills do you need to have to accomplish those goals?
That's really great.
The next
you have to
step
have
of
a
the
car
process.
to drive my daughter. I have to be able to have an alarm clock to wake me up and get her there. And for going to the next level, you're right, I have to start looking at people or companies that do that can help me figure that out, budget it, whatever.
Right, yes.
And then exercise means that, you know, I have to have my shoes on, warming up and all. So that's great. And writing it down is extremely important.
It is, because that's what helps you to really make that commitment to yourself, because you don't want to let yourself down. And once you write it down, it's real, and you can't back away from it. It's harder than to put that on the back burner and to say, oh no, I'll exercise tomorrow. You've made that commitment.
Right, that's true. Now, Jared, the two of you, I hope you're going to be all around America and then internationally with this book. Are you ready for this? Are you writing it down every time you wake up?
Not as much as I should be.
But maybe that's not what you really want to do. But I would think with something like this and all the self-assessments, you need to do that.
Yes, and that's our plan.
All right, guys, I can have you come over and we can do a bunch more at another time.
Great.
And we're going to be following you. Thank you so much for bringing the W to publishing out of the W.
Great, and thank you,
That's
Christina.
So great. Thank you, thank you.
Right, thank you,
and
Christina.
good luck with your running too.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll be right back, and stay with us.